Hi, I'm Kalia. Today we'll be installing a 360 frontal. What I have done is your simple braid down pattern straight back. Sew the back of the braid to the back of the head. We do have the stocking cap. This will act as an illusion of the scalp. Okay, so what we have here is a 18-inch loose wave. It gives you coverage from the front of the hairline all the way to the mid shaft. So it's gonna give you coverage from the front of the hairline to the mid shaft of your hair. And once again, the 360 goes all the way around in the circle. So you have coverage in the front, on the sides, all the way in the back, coming around to the next side. So for a visual, what it's gonna do for your back side is give you coverage from the back of the hairline to the mid of the shaft, from the top of the ear to mid shaft, vice versa on the other side. What I like about this hair is that it gives you coverage from side to side, even density. Also, another thing that I like is it gives you bands, which allows you to customize it perfectly to the hair shape. So for example, if somebody has a big head, you can just leave it on the outer corners. If they have a smaller head, which a lot of people do with 360, what you want to do is bring it in tight to the middle of it, and it will actually hold tight. It allows you to keep it on the head without moving and shifting, and then you can go around and cut your lace. Right now, where I have the latches is on the outer corners, which is the last two outside of the lace, not inside. So we're gonna place the lace on top of her head. You wanna make sure that you pull the hair up so you can know exactly where you need to stop. And then if you need to, like I do, is pull it back a little bit. We want more of her baby hair showing. Like I said, you don't wanna extend it over and make it look like it's too much in the front when you're putting on the closure. Another thing that's helpful is the hair will get in your way a lot. It's okay if you need to clip it up, pin it up out the way, because before you start cutting, you want to make sure that you see everything and it fits perfectly to how it's convenient for your client. So you want to make sure that you bend the ear, make sure it sits around the ear, because that dip is made to go behind the ear. It's not made to go in front of it or behind it. Once you have that there, and it's a perfect fit, then you can move on to the back of the hairline. And once again, clip up whatever you don't need out the way now, because it will get in the way of you measuring. So what you want to do with the back of the hairline is, she has baby hair that extends below her hairline. So what you want to do is grab the lace and make sure that the base of the lace comes a ½ inch over her baby hairs. So what I'm gonna do is cut the lace. The hairline starts about back here, but we have baby hairs that cover the hairline as well. So you wanna make sure you don't cut the baby hairs off and go about a ½ inch over where the baby hairs are. That's how you're gonna ensure that the lace is gonna stay down and you're not actually taking any of the baby hairs off. So as you see, the hairline starts about right here. What I'm gonna do is cut about right here. Okay, so now I place the cap to a hairline, making sure that it's blending well. I've cut the lace already. Now I'm gonna go into anchoring the hair throughout the cap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a section on the side, make sure you have a braid to sew to, and I'm gonna anchor from here to the back, vice versa on the other side. If you need to have your client adjust and hold it, when you are pulling the cap, it kind of pulls up. If they're holding it on each side with pressure, it should stay exactly where you want it to go. So she's gonna help me out. You wanna make sure that you do grab the braid, a lot of the braid, not the cap. So the thing about frontals, and especially the 360, is the more support you have throughout the head, the longer it will last. Also, when it comes time to wash your client or wash the 360, you won't have to worry about it shifting as much. Alrighty, so I have anchored it on the sides, and right up underneath my first anchor, I have my second anchor. So once I lay the front of my cap down, it will lay perfectly. I can comb it. It's not gonna move nowhere. It's staying exactly where I have it. So what you want to take is a little bit on your hand and the toothbrush, however you feel is necessary for you to apply it. And you're going to go ahead and put it right up under where it's going to lay at. So make sure you relay your cap if you need to, so your placement can be exactly where it needs to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to smear it on. Not too much, a little bit does go a long way. And also next what I'll be using is a blow dryer on cool to warm setting. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the front and then press it down using a lot of pressure going from side to side. Thank you. While she's assisting me hold that side, I'm now gonna go ahead and glue down this side right here. So I'm just gonna run the blow dryer back through it for maybe 10 seconds. And we should be good to go. So we completed the front side. I'm gonna do the same exact thing to the back side. Another key point to this is if they have an extended hairline in the back, you can always use the glue to kind of push up that hair up under the 360. So instead of it being out when you glue it, it will be inside of it. So use the product to your ability. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna now attach the lace, attach the lace directly on top of my cap. You don't need to pull, you don't need to tug. Make sure that your stitching is light but secure. You don't wanna re-lift up what you already laid down. So you wanna just take the ends of the lace and you can basically connect it from the top to the bottom. So it's just like you're stitching a wound and want the wound to be closed. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is install the our bundles. So this is a 20-inch loose wave. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm going to just train track it all the way up, not cutting the wefts until I get to the last part up here. It's a very thick lace. It's nice and full, so there's no wrong way to lay it. Just take your personal, professional judgment and get started. All right, so we just got finished installing 2.5 bundles of the 20-inch loose wave. What I went ahead and did is just add a little bit of body to the front, being that we pre-washed the hair because we bleached the knots. You also can part it any direction you want. And that's how you install a 360 frontal.